Hey, Soul Circle. Did y'all see me like swerve around the corner to make it here on time so I can spend some time with you, my Soul Circle family? Yes, I did. But I made it safely, thank goodness. And I'm glad all of you were able to make it safely too. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Woo! Welcome. Today, as every podcast that we have is again very interesting. You know, just reflecting on life is going to make everything so exciting for us on That's My Song, right? So songs that speak on what we are talking about, our topic and, whatever our conversation is about. So, and today again is no different, but I thank you for joining me, your girl, your host, Desiree, on That's My Song on www.lifeenhancementradio.com. So thank you so much. There's so much to catch. Please log on to lifeenhancementradio.com. There's so many past shows. I promise you good shows in the future. Right now we have some real, futuristic, athletic shows that are coming up. So make sure you catch that. That's Sunday Fight Hour. And you can catch that at 3:30 on, I believe, Sundays. But just go to the website and you'll definitely catch all the shows. So, you get that perspective. And then, of course, there's the Life Enhancement Radio founders, Kendall and Leroy. And they touch on a lot of different issues as well. So you can catch them on Friday. And then you can catch a lot of the past shows from the past hosts. And everybody that's bringing you something new. To think about, to contemplate. So, please do me a favor, go to, lifeenhancementradio.com. I could tell you, listen to all my past shows, some of my favorites, of course, which are like the breast cancer, which is October, and that's coming up again. And, of course, female MCs, definitely, a breed that I look to save. I hope to save. Not that I am a female MC, but I certainly do talk about how great and wonderful that part of hip hop is. But anyway, this week, this show, this podcast is born out of me seeing a really good movie, right? For so many reasons. And so this podcast is called War, Planet of the Apes. We're going to be talking about the gorillas in the mist, right? Because the Planet of the Apes, the history of the series of the movies, and that just the whole history of that line, that franchise is just like, now I can understand. It's so chock full of racial, social, gender. This last one has some political commentary, and that's if you're looking at it that way. If you're not looking at it that way and it's just a movie, then it's just a movie, and that's fine. And it's dandy. But I know for me, I'm sitting there and through my mind, family, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is such a reflection of life as it stands today. So, it's war! Planet of the Apes. I love saying it. As I go into the movie theater, I'm like, it's war! Because I love Caesar. I have loved Caesar since I started watching Planet of the Apes back in the 70s. I'm going to tell you a little anecdotal story. When I was probably about 11, I remember wanting, that's back when, if any of you remember Kmart, it was like a Walmart. And in Kmart, they were selling those, they're not flame retardant now. Back then, it was like these plastic Halloween costumes and the plastic mask that you put on. And I had purchased Lisa from the Planet of the Apes. So if anybody that watched Planet of the Apes back then, Lisa was married to Caesar. And so I just thought, of course, she's like, Caesar, of course, is the king of the apes. So that makes Lisa the queen, right? So, that has just always just been part of my fabric. Like, that's been part of my fabric, what I've been attracted to. And lo and behold, that is, something that I can certainly pinpoint as part of what makes me who I am, right? You might disagree. And again, with anything on That's My Song, if you disagree, let me know. It's okay. We can agree to disagree at any time. But that is, what I so remember about, wanting to be Lisa from the Planet of the Apes with this plastic costume on. And I just thought I was so special because, I'm Lisa from Planet of the Apes, right? She's married to Caesar. Caesar got it on lock, right? So, that's just to give you a little story about the Planet of the Apes. But before we go any further, and That's My Song, of course, this one is going to have snippets. Of course, snippets, of the movie. And we're going to talk. We're going to talk about the beginning of the whole franchise, Planet of the Apes, to the end, which is the last one, which is this 2017 box office release, which is War. War for the Planet of the Apes. Alrighty, so here we go with War for the Planet of the Apes. This is one of the trailers.
Who is child?
I don't know.
But she was you.
She has no one else. We are not savages. Apes fight only to survive.
Bad human kill ape. All dead now. A long time. Long time.
Bad humans.
Soldier.
Years from now, your children will ask you, what did you do in the greatest war? And you can tell them, I fought to protect this world. We created them. But now, we will bring an end to their kind.
No mercy. No peace. This is war. Apes together. Strong.
You are impressive. You're smart as hell. You're stronger than we are. But you're taking this all much too personally. So emotional!
I did not start this war. But I will finish it.
Yo, Caesar. Like, first of all, I'm just going to admit to everybody, Caesar is my dude. Like, he is really, just following Caesar through all of the Planet of the Apes. Like, Caesar was an ape full of principle. He was a loving ape because he loved his family and he loved his community. He loved his ape community, all the different types of apes, right? So you have the orangutans, you have the chimpanzees, you have, the monkeys. Like, it's lots of different, I guess, apes, if that's the umbrella. I'm going to use it as the umbrella in this podcast. If it's not, let me know. But, his love for his community, and his community is under siege. When it first starts, the apes are the head of this planet. That's why it starts with Planet of the Apes. And so that is the very first showing was Planet of the Apes in 1968. And after the film rights from Arthur Jacobs, who tried to convince people to, turn this project into a film, it took 3 years. And look now, it comes out in 2017, like that's a box office smash. Like it beat out Spider-Man, and everybody thought Spider-Man was going to take home the gold for the release weekend. But no, it was Wolf of the Planet of the Apes that took home the gold. So, but it took him 3 years to convince filmmakers to do this project. And of course, like this is one of the first movies where like 50% of the film is all about makeup and they had to turn people into looking like apes as we know them. Apes, and then they're the humans, right? So you couldn't just like draw it in. It's not a cartoon. Like you had to take real live persons and turn them into apes. And so with all of that makeup and all that kind of good stuff, nobody was really willing to take the risk to spend all that money to make this film. But like I said, look at how much money it's making now. Like lots of money. But in the very first one, if anybody remembers, Hollywood back in the day, Charlton Heston, which was a big Hollywood name back in the day, he starred in this film about Planet of the Apes in 1968. And of course, eventually they're going to convince 20th Century Fox to succeed when the film author, Arthur Jacobs, when he passes away. But that's a big, big thing. Particularly when they're looking to make it manageable and you have all this makeup and everything that's going on. But like I said, like it's so much commentary that's going on in Planet of the Apes from the very first one to this last one. And for me, like I paid attention to that. If you watch it, you definitely have to pay attention to, all of the different commentary. Some things might not strike you and some things might, the first thing that really just tugged at me was the racial commentary that Planet of the Apes. Of course, it's dark and light, black and white. And there's certainly a conflict there. Of course, through open discussion and, everybody talking about, like what's going on. Hopefully we will come to some sort of understanding as to, the history of all of this. But back in 1968, that was the height of the civil rights era. And so when this movie hits, it is just so, one of the primary commentaries that it makes, of course, is that of racial commentary. So, of course, just being blunt about it. And some of the songs, please, if you have any small people listening, you might want to either speak with them about the different words. And the one word that I'm speaking about that you may hear in some of the songs or some of the pieces is the word nigger, negro. And so that is the black person. And so make sure that, everybody understands where that's coming from. That has its own conflict.